You are welcome to the Premier Top 4 podcast. Today, I am here to give you the reaction to the Newcastle versus Arsenal match. It just ended some few minutes ago, and we've all had a shocker. Arsenal fans kept telling me that they cannot lose with 11 men on the pitch because this season, every time they've lost, it was because they had 10 men on the pitch. But Newcastle has tanked them very well, and then it was an eyesore actually. They tried everything possible, but it couldn't work. But let's delve into it. Let's see why they lost, and are they actually going to be able to win the league this season? Is this particular loss the reason why they are going to lose the league, or this is just a blip? Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, United fans, Man City fans, just wait and then let's see what is going to happen. Okay, so as I go into it, let's start with the lineup. What's the lineup that Arteta went for? He went for the usual back four, but then he dropped White and then replaced him with Partey like he did last week. So he went for Timber on the left back, Gabriel, and then Saliba. So Saliba was back in the lineup, and Partey, and then Marino, Trossard, and Rice. And then the front three was the Martinelli, Havertz, and Saka. So this was the lineup that he went for. And with this lineup, most Arsenal fans thought they should be able to win with this. But I will tell you why this lineup is still lacking a lot of things. Okay, so with that said, they what's the name? Their coach, he came in with his plan, his tactics, all right, but the way Newcastle approach was not something that is unexpected. They did the same thing against Chelsea twice. They just come up, press you guys, and try to force a mistake and then score. That is what they did twice against Chelsea. They didn't succeed the first time, and in the midweek they succeeded, and this time around. So this is not something that, or maybe they came up with a game plan that was not expected, or something that maybe caught Arsenal by surprise. No, they Arsenal lost not because of the fact that Newcastle were exceptional. Arsenal lost because of Arsenal. Why am I saying that? First of all, in my opinion, their defense is overrated. Even though this goal was not purely based on any defensive frailties or anything, but I'm just trying to put this across that the defense, the so-called defense that was being compared to Chelsea's defense, all-time defense, it has now conceded 11 goals already this season. So it already tells you that, and the weird part is that everyone says that Chelsea's defense is bad. Yes, which every Chelsea fan like me, we all agree that it's very bad, but they have considered the same number of goals like this same Chelsea defense that is so bad that we are crying for reinforcement. And then this season, they seem to concede all the time. Yes. So this is the sixth time they've conceded this season. So their defense, in my opinion, may be overrated because last season they had the best defense, no doubt. Everyone agreed that their defense was the best last season. And then Gabriel and Saliba were being compared with John Terry and Carvalho and all that. But this season, Arsenal is not going to win the league not because of their defense, though I am talking against the defense now. It is the attack. Without Saka, the attack is dead. Without Odegaard, there's no creative force in the attack. So that is why, in my opinion, it is going to be a problem this season for Arsenal. Because the league keeps getting more difficult every season. Every season, the league keeps getting difficult. This is not a league that is going to get easier. And then if your reinforcement this season in the midfield is Marino, not someone who is creative, because you should know that definitely there's going to be a point where you are not going to be lucky all the time, every time like you were lucky with no injuries last season. it is going to be a time where there's going to be cards, there's going to be injuries and all that. And everyone keeps criticizing Chelsea's approach of having a backup in almost every position. But we just heard Pep complaining about the fact that most of his players are injured and all that. He has only 13 players who are fit and all that. So the league is getting to a point where every position you need to get at least a backup that is closer. So if they want to win the league, I don't think with this attack that relies solely on Saka, anything that is of note comes from Saka. He's the only creative person. He was the only one doing anything at all. So if this is how they wanted to win the league, I'm sorry, it is going to be very difficult because the Newcastle defense is not a defense that is out of this world. We saw that last week that Cole Palmer destroyed that defense. We saw it because what Arsenal was missing in this lineup is an Odegaard, someone who can create. Because if you see this lineup right now, who is going to be the creative force apart from Saka? Martinelli is on and off. He keeps dribbling and all that. He tries sometimes. It's like you just can't. You don't know what you are going to get from him. So that may be the reason why Arsenal will not be able to get it over the line, because their defense will do their best as usual, but you can't rely solely on this defense, because this season they've proven that they can concede. And when this keeps happening, and every team knows that even if they are going to lose against you, they have the capacity to at least nick a goal, it becomes very difficult. Yeah, it becomes very difficult. So let's look at some statistics in the match. Let's look at some statistics. Let's see if how the match actually went. It is sad for Arsenal fans at this moment. I understand, but at this moment, I think if Arsenal is going to win the league, I don't know how. In my opinion, I don't know how, because Man City is not even in their top gear yet. Man City is not there yet in terms of their form. Their form is not there, but they're already on top of the league. So if they continue like this, and if I don't know if Rodri is ever going to get back, but imagine Rodri comes back into this team. Imagine Kevin De Bruyne comes back into this team. How are Arsenal going to catch up with them? So let's look at some statistics in the match. So in terms of shots, Arsenal had 10 shots as against 9 shots of Newcastle. Look at how close it is. So I always say that it is the attack. Arsenal's problem has never been their defense or their midfield. It is the attack, and the attack specifically, someone who is going to be creative, someone who is going to help Saka out. So in the shot on target, Arsenal had just one shot on target. I hope you are getting the point that I'm raising now. One shot on target. And then the possession wise, after Newcastle allowed them to have the possession that they wanted to have, 64%, as against 36. And then the passes and all those statistics, I don't really take them that serious. But this clearly shows that if someone has 36% possession and then you have the same number of shots like that team, it tells you that your team has a problem in the attacking phase, because you can't rely on Saliba and Gabriel all the time. That's what I'm trying to say. So if maybe in January they can get someone in and who is going to help Odegaard out, or maybe a left winger who is very creative, who is going to help, someone to help, so that if a team decides that, oh, I'm stopping Saka, there's going to be someone else to help. Yeah, because this loss shows clearly they have a problem in their attack. Because after the goal, the defense made sure that they did their job. Because how the goal came about, it is a goal that most defenses cannot stop. Because the Gordon's cross was so exceptional. He was so quick with it. So before the defenders will even react to it, the ball was already close for Isak to just head it in. So it is not really that the defense. The defense is overrated, yes, but the defense is not that bad. But with this attack, Havertz leading the line, whom as a Chelsea fan, everyone knows that we don't really like him. We don't rate him that much. He was doing well. Yes, we understand that he was doing well. But is he the striker to take you to the Premier League trophy. And it's Martinelli, the winger on the other side, who's going to also take you to the Premier League trophy. Without Odegaard, do you have anyone else to help you to create? That is where the problem lies. Meanwhile, you have other teams that have so many creative players. Because a team like Chelsea, who is not even looking for the league, because Chelsea knows that it's just top four, they have Cole Palmer, who is creating all the time. A team like Man City, even without Kevin De Bruyne, are still creating a lot of chances. So, if you want to compete with this, how are you going to do that with your attack that you have now? That is what I'm trying to put across. So I don't know, because if you look at the league table right now, it is looking very, very, very. Because look, if Man City win their match right now, if Man City are to win their match, how are Arsenal going to catch up? Because we are nowhere in the league, and then Arsenal is going to be like 8 points. And even if Chelsea wins their match, Chelsea will be above, or even Chelsea draws, Chelsea will be above Arsenal already. So how are you going to catch up with this monstrous Man City team? My goodness. This Man City team that everyone knows that if they get a lead on you, you are going to struggle to catch up. We are being hard on Arsenal because they are title contenders. If they were a Chelsea or they were an Aston Villa, everyone will understand that these teams are just looking for their top four and they'll be happy. But this is at the point where Arteta has been in charge for 5 years and then the fans are demanding the trophy. So my question is that with this attack, can Arsenal win the league with this attack? If you're an Arsenal fan, you can challenge me. I am open to your opinion. I am open to it because I know that the defense and the midfield, your coach always makes sure that you are there. Yes, but with this attack, and let's imagine in a world where Saka gets injured, what will be the end of your that will be practically the end of your season. You will be scraping for top four. That is what I'm trying to put across. So that is all that I have for this. This is a very short video. This is all that I have, and I'm just doing this because I think nobody talks about the Arsenal's attack. It's always about their defense. But it is true that you win the league with their defense. But with this attack, would they get you over the line in matches like this, where the team is sitting back, trying so hard to make sure that they are compact enough? Would you have the creators, the players with inventions to be able to come up with something out of the blue? That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Arsenal fans, I want your opinion. I know you are sad, but I want your opinion. Can Arteta come up with something, or maybe things can change, or this is just a blip? Because for 38 years, whenever Arsenal goes there and they concede, they always lose. So it is a jinx that was already there. So I understand that it was going to take something extra, and that is that extra thing that was going to take Arsenal over the line. But this season, I'm not seeing it. Arsenal fans, I want your opinion. So we are going to come up with the reaction for the Manchester versus Arsenal, Manchester versus Arsenal match next week as well, and then on Sunday, that's tomorrow, we are going to come up with the reaction with Chelsea versus Manchester United, the big one. All the Africans knows that this is the biggest match on the African continent, so we are going to bring you that reaction as well. Arsenal fans, let me know your opinion in the comment section. Can you win the league with this attack? Thank you. See you at the same time next week. Bye.